Welcome back. This episode is all about the installation process. But before I get into the reasons why I went with my installer and what went good and not so good with their installation, I want to hammer home an important point right at the beginning. Take pictures, take pictures, take pictures. Before anyone sets foot on your property, even to give you an estimate, take lots of pictures and then take some more. Pictures are so important to capture the existing conditions of your house before your potential contractor gets involved. Not just where you anticipate your panels being installed, the whole roof. So since you don't know exactly what the final system or the process will look like, make sure you capture the condition of your entire roof. Make sure you take pictures and capture the condition of everything below your roof, like your deck, shed, hot tub, garage, or other structures on your property. If you have a barbecue or a table or anything on the deck, make sure that is captured in pictures as well. I'm so glad that I took pictures of my roof before my contractor started working on it. Well, I think my wife did. And I'll get into the reasons why later on in this video. Be sure to also take pictures while they're working on your house, if at all possible. Where are they accessing the roof from? Are they leaning a ladder against the eaves trough or supporting them properly off the roof surface? Are they putting scaffolding on your deck and protecting your deck surface? Does any part of their process seem off or unsafe to you? Document it, and if you don't feel comfortable talking to the installers themselves, then talk to the project manager of their company. Keeping with the pictures theme, don't forget to take pictures inside of your house too. Take a picture of your power panel. Your potential solar contractor is going to need this anyway, so you might as well have it ready. Take pictures of the ceiling, wall, and floor around the panel as well. When your contractor ties your system into it, you will want to be able to show if any additional damage was caused or if it was left differently than you expected. This is also a good time to gather your electricity bills from the past 12 months and either take pictures of them to show your recent electricity usage or scan them so that they're ready to share when needed. Make sure to block out personal information on these documents, at least until you've chosen a company to partner with, rather than spread your personal info to everyone who you're getting quotes from. Now that you have your own information ready and organized, start looking for and reaching out to several companies that are well reviewed and work in your area, and begin asking several of them for quotes. I would aim for your 5 best picks because they won't all have the same pricing or availability. Don't get too comfortable or exclusive with any company in the beginning for several reasons. First of all, you have no idea what they can offer you, like who their suppliers are, where their pricing is compared to their competitors, or a whole host of other things. Second, you don't know how busy they are or what their supply constraints are, so your top choice might not be able to fit you in for months. In the meantime, here are some things to keep in mind and even question them if they don't make it clear in their proposal to you. Do they self-perform all of their work or do they hire a subcontractor? Generally, it's easier to ensure quality and accountability if the company's own employees are performing the work. Who are their partners and suppliers? After you sign the contract, will the solar panels have to be shipped, or are they in stock nearby? The company that I went with installs solar panels year-round, but not all of them do. So, how long is their installation window, and when do they next have availability? Now I'm going to talk about how I chose the company that I went with for installing my solar panels. When I chose this company, at the time they had completed over 700 projects, despite being a relatively new company. At the time, they were also Western Canada's highest rated solar installation company. Their office staff patiently answered my many questions. They were good communicators, were on time for meetings, and replied to emails in a timely manner. I liked their thorough presentation and the products they were demonstrating to me. I liked the partnerships they had with companies that they worked with and had done work for. I liked that they installed solar panels year-round. I liked that they were willing and able to handle the application of one of the 2 grants that I qualified for. Now, before I talk about what went good and not so good with my installation, I need to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this video, Park Power. They see the benefit of this channel, and for that I am so grateful. When I was starting this channel, I reached out to them and laid out my vision for what I was about to do. I told them, I've been with you guys for a year and I really like you guys. I like your company and how you support microgenerators, and you are great to deal with. So please check them out or leave a message in the comments if I can help you get connected with them. Now, what went good about the install? The company who I went with were willing to install the solar panels in the winter. Now, this turned out to be both a good and a bad thing, but this is the good list, so that's what we're going to focus on here. They cleared snow off of the roof on their own and removed ice as well. They were self-sufficient, they worked efficiently, and my system started up with little to no issue. What went not so good during the installation? Unfortunately, this is a longer list. About the time that I signed the contract and paid the first half of my bill, I learned that they wouldn't be able to install for about 3 months. I went from thinking that I was going to get my panels installed before the snow landed on my roof to realizing they would be doing this in the dead of winter. When they did show up to install my system, they were very hard on my roof. I found pieces of shingle down on and in the snow on the ground, and I picked them up and kept track of them. They carelessly cleared snow onto my barbecue. They carelessly broke clips for my Christmas lights, even though they were on the opposite side of the roof from where the panels were being installed. They charged me about $1,000 for an extra accessory called a rodent guard. To be fair, they were upfront about the pricing, nothing shady there. And although I believe the idea of a rodent guard is a good thing, because it keeps animals from seeking shelter and making homes under your panels, once I saw what it was and its seemingly lack of quality, and the short time it took them to install it, I called them out on it and what they were charging for it. I noticed that they had also cut down a plumbing vent on my roof because they thought it was in their way. Then they just left it and didn't fix it or mention it to me. I believe I saw it first with my drone, and once the snow had melted, I went up and fixed it myself. I noticed the panels were scratched and asked for them to be replaced. They also took insulation out of my floor joist space where the conduit came through the exterior wall and into my house, and didn't put the insulation back or put new insulation in or seal it properly. My post-install energy audit helped to flag this, thankfully. Down in my basement, they also brought a conduit through my drop ceiling in a very rough and amateur fashion. After talking with their office staff and showing them pictures, their installer gave us an apology. Well, not really. He actually just blamed his company for having him install the panels during the winter. But anyways, I came to an agreement with the company to take some money off of my bill, and we resolved it that way, as I was wanting to do most of the fixes myself. At the end of the day, the office staff were good communicators and fair to deal with, but this specific installer for this company, not so much. Needless to say, I wasn't 100% satisfied working with them overall, but I'm not looking to name or shame them at this time. Now, my advice to all of you watching this video is, again, to take tons and tons of pictures. And if you're able, buy a drone. Even a cheaper drone can be super helpful in monitoring the progress of the installation, checking out the roof before and after, and inspecting for any damage or concerns. I sincerely hope you can learn from what my experience was like on this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful.